listening,
pronunciation,
To understand another accent.
the writing.
Vocabulary,
the grammar.
for myself, the listening is the hardest thing to learn in English because, especially the native people are talking too fast, and sometimes they don't pronounce, and they start to not saying some words. And for some people who start to learn a new language, it's too hard.
Grammar rules. I'm talking about it now, coincidentally. Irregular verbs for me, irregular verbs, and how to describe the situations using correctly the grammar rules. Sometimes things that stay in the past, I'm talking the present. And future is more easier, but past is more hard for me.
I'm agree with Felipe because for me, the most hard part is the grammar.
I think to understand another accent, it takes time for me many times, especially because in my daily life, like in my area, not many tourists. So also like when we are, let's say that we are able to talk in English and then meet another people, meet foreigners, sometimes what I felt is like stuck. Yeah, what I don't know what I need to do. Even I'm able to talk in like just phrasing. So understand another accent, that was the hardest for me.
I think that it's the most challenging situations to speak both languages. Of course, Portuguese it's my mother language, but many times when we were practicing, yeah, I want to stay immersed on it, and I think that's it's the next step that I need to achieve the level that I want, that I am desiring.
I think that the hard part maybe is to return the return vocabulary. In my case, sometimes when I use some word and I forget after, vocabulary is very essential, and also the pronunciation.
My personal problem is that like I need a quite fluent level of English, but currently I don't work in an English language company and don't live in English speaking country. So like I have to put a lot of time, a lot of spare time into learning English to be more fluent. And for instance, if I want to, I don't know, to have a pet project or to invest more time in job or something, I can't invest the required amount of time into learning the language, and its level decreases, and it's always like up and down, up and down. So, and that's quite a headache, to be honest.
Oh yeah, man. The hardest part is the writing part. I'm terrible with writing, with the output skill, because generally we focus too much into the input, like listening, watching, and they say that you can speak, and the speaking is the output part of the learning the English language. But something that I realized is that for some time ago, I couldn't even spell the words correctly in a good manner. For example, I could express myself and everything, but when I realized, man, I cannot. When I went to the paper, I couldn't express myself at all. So that was a really barrier, and I think that it's still a huge barrier in my learning journey of the English language. And it's probably one of the barriers in the journey of many other people.
I think is like vocabulary, and maybe pronunciation. Like because sometimes when I'm talking, and I might be suddenly stuck because I need to search in my mind like what word should I use, or yeah, I need to search that word in my mind. So I think like vocabulary is one barrier in my learning process. And also I'm also kind of worried about like my pronunciation because I might have some accent. So sometimes maybe people don't understand me. They don't understand what I'm talking about. So yeah, that's my answer.